It's morning in Montana. And the cowboys at the Circle Bar Ranch are driving in the horses. It's a timeless and beautiful routine here southwest of the tiny town of Utica, whose 1880s Wild West heyday was captured by Charlie Russell's famous oil painting, A Quiet Day in Utica. The legendary Western artist would be right at home gathering horses on the Circle Bar. He spent most of the 1880s as a working cowboy here in central Montana, and once lived just up the road at mountain man Jake Hoover's cabin, which he painted more than once. A cabin still standing.
So I told you guys that...
which the Circle Bar will take you to visit.
So 2 people lived in this little thing for 2 years.
2 people lived here for 2 whole years.
And they must not have been very tall.
So Charlie lived here from 1880 to 1882. He came here when he was 16, and Jake kind of took pity on him and offered him the chance to come and live with him here. And so he helped him get on his feet for a couple of years.
They sure did pick a good spot.
They really did.
85 miles southeast of Great Falls, the Circle Bar sits at the base of vast, unspoiled national forest lands. An area that looks much like it did when Charlie rode this country. And for many, the chance to see it all horseback is a dream come true.
You know how many times I've watched City Slickers? Loved it.
Peggy Massey is here celebrating her birthday with her 3 adult children, James, Robin, and Kim.
Always wanted to do this.
And your first time ever?
First time ever.
The family is taking full advantage of all the Circle Bar has to offer. Riding. Go! Roping. Even badminton upstairs in the barn. Before finally chilling out around the campfire to roast marshmallows and watch the sun go down. Simple pleasures, fun stuff.
All right, group hug.
In the morning, they'll head out for another ride, a fast ride, open to guests able to pass the fast ride test, like Jen Wilder. So you just had a personal fast ride?
Yes, it was probably one of the fastest rides I've ever been on.
Really?
Yeah, it was so much fun though.
Lessons are available for those who want to take their riding skills up a notch, or you can just sit back in the saddle and enjoy the view.
The vast majority of folks just want to relax on a horse. They don't want to feel like they're uncomfortable. They just want to be able to have something that's going to go down the trail.
Yeah, we went for a lovely, lovely ride yesterday. Beautiful. I expected it to be beautiful up here, but it is unbelievable when you get back on the trails.
The one advantage we have here is spreading out a little bit. We don't have to go nose to tail. We can spread out and go cross country. And
horses are at the heart of the Circle Bar, a ranch whose striking centerpiece is that magnificent historic barn built more than a century ago. Well preserved and still used today, the big red landmark stands along the banks of the Judith River that runs through the ranch, named by the Lewis and Clark expedition in honor of Clark's future bride.
You know what I love about this ranch is when you come in from a ride and you come over the bridge, and this is what you think a ranch is going to look like.
Does,
you've got the barn, you've got the just all the ambiances here.
While there are many things to do here, archery, shooting, and other activities we'll explore in just a bit, horseback riding tops the list. It's always exciting for arriving guests to get acquainted with the friendly horses, especially that one you'll be riding during your memorable days on the trail.
Cowgirl.
And what a trail it is, through more acres of private and public land than you could ever ride. Crossing rivers, wide open prairies, forest and mountain, often all on the same ride. The constantly changing big sky Montana is known for was looking a bit ominous on this late afternoon ride to the Judith River Game Range, but we were all too enthralled by the chance just to be here to worry about the weather.
Far exceeded my expectations.
I mean, the scenery is just incredible. I got emotional on this morning's ride.
Yeah. I got a little weepy myself.
Yeah,
We
it
came
was
up over
just
that one ridge.
you and nature and your
And it was
horse alone out
drizzly,
there.
And Yeah, I started welling up with tears.
It was an emotional
Look
experience.
at this.
Besides, we were in good hands with our guide Alice, who was keeping an eye on the clouds and focused on keeping us safe. It all worked out perfectly. We arrived back at the barn just before the sky let loose with a late afternoon thunderstorm. Whether you're a newcomer to the saddle or a seasoned equestrian, the ranch has the horse and the ride that's just right for you. And that includes saddling up to drive cattle.
I like it.
Wrangler Ross Knox leads the way
Okay, guys, I'm gonna go around this way.
as we head out to bring in the herd. Moving cattle can be a challenge, but Ross has been a working cowboy forever. He shows us how it's done.
Guys, go ahead and ride right down that fence and it'll bend them back this way.
It's a real deal cattle drive today and gets especially western when the cows drop into the river.
Hey, guys, I'm gonna try to bring it right back up there.
Takes a bit of try, but we get the herd out of the water, through the trees, and finally into the corral. Fun stuff.
Very fun, huh?
We'll see more of those cows when we return to the corral. Where Ross and his wife Linny put on an amazing demonstration of horsemanship. The couple are both world champion equestrians.
You don't ever have to be rough-handed with these horses. They're so smart.
Side passing, spins, no-handed stops and starts, and having your horse willing to step out in places where most would not is more than just a show.
My hand is not, is almost right in the center. I'm not pulling it one way or the other. It's all in your legs.
As Ross shows us,
To keep her separate from the herd.
they're all the practical skills a cowboy needs when working cattle and cutting a cow out of the herd.
Now all of a sudden,
What do you guys hope that we take away from a session like this?
I hope that you would take away how awesome the horse is.
most people don't rope off their performance horses.
Takes my breath away. Really does.
So cool how they could just like turn it and be like near the
actually, the thing is the subtlety. You don't see what they're doing, right? It's all the leg pressure. That's what Ross is saying, right? It's like leg pressure, where you're pushing it, where you're. It's amazing.
Awesome.
You can't. It's invisible, right? You can't see it.
Pretty cool, huh?
Oh my gosh, that was very cool. Beautiful horses too.
Nothing makes you appreciate riding horses like doing the hiking yourself. And Alice again leads the way on a hike to Yogo Cave. This was once the hunting grounds of the Blackfeet Indians.
This is a buffalo right here. You guys,
Along the way, we see the petroglyphs and pictographs left behind by the ancient ones.
and then these are elk right here.
We have many rivers to cross on this most adventurous trek, but finally, we reach our destination, a cave where many a warrior once spent the night.
There's a slot right up here that opened out to the sky, so they would be able to funnel their smoke out.
Very cool.
That would be a good house to start on.
Yay.
Meantime, back at the ranch, we're trying our hand at a skill every brave depended on for survival, archery.
Stick your left hand out nice and strong. Spread your...
After a bit of instruction, we give it a shot.
There you go.
Yay! Yay!
Not the kind of thing these guys usually do back home in D.C. But that's about to change.
So awesome. I love that you've just like taken to this since you've gotten here.
Like I said, I went to take classes.
Yeah.
The ranch offers other shooting opportunities.
To load this thing,
Target shooting with 22s,
click.
or blasting clay pigeons with a shotgun.
Both.
Yes, sir.
All under the expert supervision
So aim at the bottom of that bell. You're gonna get it.
of the genial Ross Knox.
There it is. I said, it's a damn foolish man that teaches his wife to shoot.
It's great fun for everyone.
Shoot some for you.
Paul?
But especially for those shooting a gun for the very first time.
Yeah, it was great.
Up in the
Good
hills,
fun.
maybe up in Scotland, there's a bit
Determined to hit it now.
It's all very safe, and you don't need to worry about bothering the neighbors because there aren't any, at least not nearby. Which makes the Circle Bar a great place to try e-biking. No traffic to worry about here on the gravel back roads of Montana. It's hard to believe, but not everybody loves to ride horses. So at the Circle Bar, they make sure there's something for everybody. And the Judith River we ride through is a great spot to wet a hook and try some fly fishing. Whatever your daytime passion, most everyone gathers together when the sun goes down and the music goes up. For a little outdoor line dancing. Quite the Western ambiance. And what a great place for children. Great fun to watch kids buddy up and play outside like kids were meant to do, with nothing to worry about. After a day outdoors, you'll sleep well in a rustic cabin by the sound of the Judith River and memories of a fulfilling day.
There's so much time pressure on people. And when they drive onto this ranch, I want them to feel an immediate release, just let all that stuff go. Because it is life-changing for some of them. It truly changes their perspective.
The Circle Bar. Charlie Russell country, where Charlie would feel right at home. And chances are, so will you.